Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 Western, The Kid, a film that is directed by, and I always get this name wrong so I hope I get it right, Vincent D'Onofrio, the actor who you know who's been in many things, and it stars Dane DeHaan, Ethan Hawke, Chris Pratt and Jake Schlur, and Vincent D'Onofrio also makes an appearance in the film. Now this is a little bit of a reunion for the stars of The Magnificent Seven, the remake of a couple of years ago, the one that starred Denzel Washington, because Chris Pratt was in that film, Ethan Hawke and Vincent D'Onofrio. So I guess they had a little bit of a chat while they were making that and decided to go ahead and make this. And what is this film about? Well, this film is actually about and the title is a little bit misleading, because when it says The Kid and you realise it's a film about Billy the Kid, you think it is, it's a film about Billy the Kid. Is it a remake of like the Young Guns, you know, the Emilio Estevez film from years ago? Well no, in actual fact the kid this film refers to is the actor Jake Schlur, who plays Rio, who is a young boy who escapes an abusive father with his sister by killing his father. So he goes on the run basically, and while he's on the run he encounters Billy the Kid, who is also on the run from Ethan Hawke, Sheriff Pat Garrett. Now this film essentially focuses on this young boy and his sister, who are now being pursued by their dead father's brother, played by Chris Pratt. Who is a really ruthless guy who is hell-bent on tracking down the both to make them pay for what they did to his brother. So you've got all this going on, and then Pat Garrett then captures Billy the Kid, and then the boy and his sister tag along with Pat Garrett for a while until they all get separated. And then the film then focuses on the relationship between this boy, Billy the Kid, and Pat Garrett's pursuit of Billy the Kid, and the ultimate confrontation that, if you know your history, is going to be taking place between Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Right, what did I think of The Kid? Well, I thought it was a very well made Western. You know, I'm not going to lie, it was a very well made Western, and I'm not actually sure of his pedigree as a director, Vincent D'Onofrio, but he does a really good job here. The actors are allowed to do their thing. Ethan Hawke is tremendous as Pat Garrett. He comes across actually not as a really macho, over the top cowboy, even though he's really brutal at times and unforgiving and really capable with his weapons. He actually comes across as quite vulnerable at times, and quite a complex character, and I do applaud Ethan Hawke for giving this character an air of believability. Dane DeHaan as Billy the Kid, I'll be honest, I wasn't overly impressed with his performance, as I'm not usually over impressed with Dane DeHaan's performances in general. I can't really think of a film I've seen him in where I thought, wow, this kid's gonna go places. I'm sorry, but he just doesn't do it for me, his acting style. He does alright with Billy the Kid, but it never really looks natural, you know, this over the top persona that he's trying to portray with Billy the Kid. He never really seems totally natural with it and comfortable. It was refreshing to see Chris Pratt play the bad guy. He's almost unrecognisable here in this film, and it's not a big part, you know, but it's a significant part, and he does a really good job at playing the villain here. But the problem with this film is there are pacing issues with it. It's it's a very slow burn for a Western, with periodic moments of gunfights, but it's too little. There's not enough of it, basically. There's not enough action, there's not enough gunfights, there's not enough of that to keep you interested. It's mainly a fairly slow burn of a Western here, and they're going for that more gritty, realistic approach for the most part, not that glossy cowboy style. And if you've seen the remake of The Magnificent Seven, and I did review it on this channel, I kind of said, you know, this is like the closest you're ever going to get to a Western blockbuster. It had this gloss and sheen to it, you know, and it was very polished for a summer blockbuster type movie. Well, this is not that at all. It doesn't have that sheen and polish and gloss. It's down and dirty and gritty, and there are no clear black and white villains here, in a sense of, you know, oh, he's the good guy, oh, he's the bad guy. You know, that you can understand. Even Chris Pratt, even though he's playing the villain, you can understand his reasoning behind his villainous approach. You know, he's chasing two people that killed his brother at the end of the day. And Pat Garrett, you know, many times during the film, you know, he's very blunt about who he is and what he's done and things. So I'm a little bit torn with regards to a rating for this, because I don't think it's for everybody. I will say that if you're a fan of westerns, I think you're going to enjoy it. It's a well-made western with very good performances, and it gives another viewpoint to the Billy the Kid persona, if you like, or movie. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think there is an argument for a 7 out of 10, but it just wasn't entertaining enough for me to warrant it getting a 7 out of 10. There just wasn't enough action in regards to the gunfights for my liking, personally. So that is my review for The Kid. I hope you found it useful, and of course, thank you very much for watching.